It was only recently that Gulus Gammamon came back to Ghost Game. However, with his coming back is the advent of the end of Digimon Ghost Game. The head series composer of Ghost Game, Masashi Sogo, posted on his personal blog very recently that the climax of Ghost Game is in progress. Obviously, he can't give more details about this, though I wish he would, but he posted a bit of an internal monologue about creating a satisfying climax, and he is very vocal about his concerns and worries about having bad responses to how the series is done. Damn. It is stated on his blog that we are definitely due some high emotional stakes with the script work of Ghost Game reaching its climax. So from the horse's mouth, you got it here. Ghost Game is nearing its end. I wanted to include this part and this information in this video because all of a sudden, I've got an idea! The modern Digimon anime, from Digimon Adventure 2020 to Digimon Ghost Game, is doing a certain trend. For example, Digimon Adventure 2020 shows you Omegamon at the start of the show within the first 3 episodes. We see Omegamon again a couple of weeks later, and after that with the journey to Farga after Don Devimon, there is this long, confusing journey not addressing that central point of the show. And all of a sudden, come the end of the show, it all makes sense. Omegamon was the center point of Adventure 2020. That much was definitely clear by the ending. Ghost Game, very similar in how they're handling the story, but in this case, it's Gulus Gammamon. Appears very early, episode 1, sort of, then a bit in episode 9, then 13, then 21. 21 weeks of nothing, a little bit like 2020 with the Millennium Monarch, and all of a sudden we have the head series composer saying the script work is in its climax. There is no way that Gulus Gammamon is not the key to all of this, or at least not at the very center and core issues of Digimon Ghost Game, which we don't know yet. Modern Digimon anime has the end game at the start, sprinkled early, absent in the middle, and there's the realization, oh, that's what it was the whole time. It was in front of our eyes. That's the feeling I'm getting from Gulus Gammamon right now, considering how late in the game we are. We still know nothing really about Gulus Gammamon. Maybe Gulus Gammamon is just that aloof Digimon which doesn't really have any greater motivations but is worshipped for its power, but then finds those greater motivations with Hero, on the principle of protecting Digimon and people. Gulus Gammamon wants to sync up really badly, which he might get his wish, but it won't be as Gulus Gammamon wants it. I think eventually Gulus Gammamon will cave in and see Hero's way, and synchronize with Hero's feelings rather than his own, in which this greater enemy, which Gulus Gammamon, all of his pride and arrogance about his power, cannot defeat, and it takes both Hero and Gulus Gammamon and friends to defeat. I can genuinely see that being the climax of Ghost Game. It strongly feels they're pushing in that general direction. Rather than focusing on some other thing that's causing problems is probably not that relevant. Episode 42 pretty much clarifies to us that Ghost Game is between Gammamon, Gulus Gammamon, and Hero, with 2 conflicting ideologies about whether power is used in an entitled fashion or with responsibility. Those things will come to a head in the climax, and thus Ghost Game comes to an end. If that's not how Ghost Game resolves, then I've literally got, and I mean no idea. Gulus Gammamon should be their primary focus to end Ghost Game. Of course, everybody is going to have their opinion on how Ghost Game has been handled, and maybe they're very surprised that it's reaching its climax because people and commenters have been saying that it's going to get 100 episodes or something. No, it's the Gulus Gammamon show. It's about Gulus Gammamon and Gammamon Hero, and if you're okay with that, then you're probably going to like the ending, because if it is the case, then I know I will. I think there's something to be said about the arrogant champion to the saviour of the digital world and people, or even just the human world at this point, because we've never been anyway. And I think Masashi's thoughts about the emotional stakes in the circumstances we're going to get in the climax must definitely relate to Gulus Gammamon as well. It only further rationalizes my point. But of course, everybody, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time, but most importantly, take care.